In TPS, if you'd like to add a new client, you come up here and click this blue button with the plus sign that says Add Client. And you get these fields that open up in front of you. These are the same fields, so the same information you'd be working with if you needed to edit a client's information, which means if you came down here and clicked on any client with the 3 dots and chose Edit, it brings you into what we call the client properties. And for this overview, we're going to be focusing on the General tab because this is the information or the fields that you saw when you clicked the new Client button. So let's go over these fields. The client ID up here on the left is basically whatever you want it to be that will help you quickly identify and find your client in TPS. Your office is your firm. The color is part of a color coding system that will help you easily identify this client when you see workflow events assigned to them on the workflow calendar. This enables improved visual organization and distinction of client workflows. So for example, if I came over here to the workflow screen and we're looking at the workflow calendar, I can tell just by looking at this aqua color here that that is Smith Trucking because I've assigned my client Smith Trucking that aqua color. So back on Client CyberCore Security's General tab, you would choose that color for your client. When you click on it, it brings up the whole spectrum. You can choose whatever you need to in here. Company name is pretty self-explanatory. Just type in the company's name. It's important to note, as when creating a new client, if you have something in here for the company name, TPS will treat this like a corporation client and not an individual. So you won't be able to fill in the title, first name, or last name. Likewise, if you had something in the title, first name and last name, you would find this company name field grayed out. Print as is how you want this client to show up on any invoice or other printed material. And then again, title, first and last name are grayed out because I have something in the company name field. If I tried to click here on the first name or last name, it's not going to let me put anything in there. So if I wanted this client to be an individual, instead of putting something in the company name, I would need to put the first name and last name in here, and that would mark them as an individual. Sort name should auto-populate depending on what you put in the company or first and last name fields. It's just another way of helping you find your client in TPS. Region. There are some client-specific cases when it's required for the invoices and statements to show the long date variable in a different language. Region allows you to select the language that will be used on the long date variables for that specific client. It's controlled by the settings here in the user preferences. This is where you keep track of your client's year end. If they have a website, you can enter that in here. Industry. Maybe your client's involved in the manufacturing or the restaurant industry or computers, technology. For this one, we have security and loss prevention. And then group, if your client belongs to a group of businesses or family members, you can put that in here. And you can see that you have the options to add a group, edit the ones that are in there, remove one, or change the order of the groups. As always, anytime that you make changes in here, make sure you click Save Changes at the end of that. And that covers everything in the General tab. Meet me over in the Address tab for that video.